Tiff and Rach here.
We are the Nobodies, and this is our Realcast.
Ooh, we are coming at you today because we want to have a real quick conversation on one of our non-negotiables that we've talked about being self-aware, and one of them also includes having hard conversations. We have these things that build inside of us, and I know I told you this quote, which is unexpressed expectations are premeditated resentments. And that is something that I have struggled with my whole life. I grew up in a family that they were very physically overdone, for lack of a better word. And it left no space for emotional pockets, shall we say. Everything was that their sponge was already full, and the moment you touched them, everything would spill out. And when I was growing up, there was often an expectation that if you felt a type of way, I would protect myself because it seemingly felt like I knew what the response was going to be, which was not coming at it from a growth perspective or coming back at it with love. And I'm not saying I didn't come from a loving family. Like, these are not the things that I'm trying to say. But in the, I guess, kind of the emotional quotient area of my life, there was not a lot of space for hard conversations. They were often left with a lot of feelings of resentment and not a lot of self-reflection on how something could be better. And so I have struggled with that. And I really know that that has been a source of my compression because I've apparently been building a space for diamonds to grow in my spine specifically. And, you know, I bundled up a few feelings over this past, few weeks and weekend, and Tiff and I just had some hard conversations because we freaking adore each other. And
it's true.
Nobody wants to feel a type of way. I just often will go inward and think, how can I just fix this without expressing what I need or what I'm feeling? And truth be told, you can't.
So we discovered that although we are practically perfect in every way, we're practically imperfect in all the ways. Newsflash.
Join the club, because, the one thing I can say, though, is I've never had a friendship like this with the two of us. And I know this isn't supposed to be a gloaty moment, but it's taken me 41 years to get here, to have someone in my life that I can have these hard conversations with, because we both want to grow. Mm-hmm. And we both want to have less impactful ways that are coming at us from a negative angle. We want to have them from a place of where we get to just live our lives to this fullest degree.
Mm-hmm. We want depth.
Yeah. We want depth, and we want to grow in a way that both of us have a rate that neither one of us feel left behind. Mm-hmm. And so I owed my conversation to her versus and I don't mean that in a way, but I owed it to myself, but I owed it to her too. Because carrying that around with me, I realized that there is no feedback loop that I could solve the whole problem for myself without including her. And so that was what we did this morning.
We did. We had a little cry. We had a little real talk, and I learned about some of the things that I carry around from my wounded child that are affecting her in not a great way. And so it was such a beautiful thing, because it's really rare to be able to hear and share and have this, what most people would look at as a negative or a pejorative conversation, and really come at it with love and growth. And that's super important to me in my close relationships, and I value it a lot, and I'm grateful that we're both working on that.
Yeah,
all the time.
And going through this training, I feel like if we can't have difficult conversations and know how to approach them, I don't think that we can do that for the people we work with.
No.
Because there's a lot of hard conversations that come with helping someone change their structure and where they call home. Mm-hmm. And calling out some things that might be really sensitive. Mm-hmm. And it is not with a lack of sensitivity that we come to these conversations. They're intensely sensitive. I, truthfully, in every way, didn't want to have to bring this up to her. I didn't want to hurt her. Because that's like so a thing that I've tried to avoid. Probably because I got hurt easily myself. And here we are. We're going to head off to school today. With a kind of fresh look, and we won't have to call an Uber.
We were threatened by our roommate, both of us,
that if we didn't figure this shit out, he was going to make us call an Uber.
Fair.
And you know what? It's true, though. Like, it needed to happen, and it happened, and it unfolded in the right way, in the right time. But, you know, all I have to say is that, like, fearing saying the words, and it's very interesting, we came off this cranial session. Our mouths are where we express ourselves. Our faces is where we present to the world. And there's a lot of unsaid words in people's bodies because of things like this. I encourage you to have hard conversations. They are, you know what? They're not going to leave you fruitless. It really, truthfully, it's the job of the other person to receive what information they get, and hopefully you can hand it off sensitively enough that they understand where you're coming from.
Yep.
But, you know, we just really, we appreciate everything that you guys do. I encourage you to have a delightful day.
Yeah. Our elevation through this work is... it's affecting all of the layers of our beings. And it's quite interesting that we're coming to this sort of head with things unsaid and things unnoticed by both of us.
Our number threes.
Yes, our number threes. We talk about that in this work. We have number 1s, 2s, and 3s. Number 1s are the things that we're aware of. Number 2s are the things that we're teetering on awareness. And number 3s are out of our vision. And so recently I received some feedback from someone on the pickleball court, and I received some feedback in class, and I'm receiving some feedback from Rachel, and these things are helping us grow if we're ready to receive them. You know what? We're being cawed away. Caw.
That's our call. So attention is everything, and we appreciate yours.
Bye.